Welcome everyone. Breaking news, Free Software Foundation release glibc to the date. As expected, so far so good. Appreciate just release more often, but GCC folks have still not issued a new minor version because even the latest stable release is 6 months or whatever old, and 7th 20, so yeah, even soon 6 months, whatever, and not stable enough. The crazy stuff is, I wanted to kind of make this video already for quite a while. It's similar stuff of what I often say, because you update glibc, right, for CVEs and whatnot, as we've just done on the More Life channel. I have to ask a question because it breaks. The only constant is change and regressions. Merchandise down below, right? Nice t-shirts and hoodies and stuff. Fatal, crypt age. Yes, it's an outdated header. I'm aware of that. It was deprecated and stuff and whatnot. By the way, they fully removed that, right? I have to ask, and I wonder, basically, for years I wonder, do major open source contributors just to constantly break stuff in the name of cleanups, improvements, security? Windows and Microsoft Windows, Apple Macintosh obviously make a much better job shipping binary compatibility, right? Even for deprecated stuff. Also Apple, of course, also a little bit more delete trigger happy. But even Apple, also if they don't ship some stuff in the main system, like OpenSSL, they have some clever system. I've not investigated how they do that. They somehow like not shipping deprecated stuff like OpenSSL, and yet they still somehow provide it in some hidden SDK, virtualized image, whatever overlay. If you know where Apple is hiding binary compatible stuff like that, that even works on, you don't have OpenSSL in your system on latest macOS, and it even works as Intel binaries through Rosetta translation with libraries not in the system, probably hidden somewhere with compatibility layer, wherever. Anyway, is it not crazy? The latest release of glibc and the latest release of GCC do not build with each other? I find it absolutely, if at least I understand deletion and stuff and outdated header and 20-year-old crypto, fine, yeah, I get it. But by the way, I'm aware there is a crypto, like if you want deprecated, obsolete crypto stuff, there is a replacement library that you could package. I don't want to package it, right? What is the point of updating the latest and greatest glibc release when you then need to add yet another package of old compatibility stuff? I would not even want old compatibility stuff. So yeah, what do we do now? I think I tried to patch this away. I could just disable, this is just some library. We could try the latest release, but which is not released. We could try the latest snapshot, but I want to release our precious 35-bit configuration supporting Linux distribution any day now. I don't want to get into fixing hundreds of bugs and regressions with a not yet even released and maybe even more unstable GCC release, right? That is a crux. There's always something, pest or cholera, and sometimes both. And with open source developers, the crazy stuff is with desktop market share of not even 1% or maybe 2, or I don't know what, 80% Windows, 12% Mac or whatever. Why do we need to make our lives so difficult? Like we are basically the nearly only ones. Microsoft isn't doing that extreme. Apple isn't doing it that extreme. And why is there not the year of the Linux desktop? Not working audio, previous video, and constantly broken stuff, right? If I would build a decade-old GCC or 5-year-old GCC or yesteryear's GCC, but I'm building a newer snapshot than I'm building 13.2 snapshot from some weeks ago for even the latest fixes. So I'm building newer than released, and it doesn't. So it is. So we could try to patch around here. Try to build without that. Maybe we try that first. Maybe we should quickly read. So that's basically my question, right? Comments below. Flame war below. I want to know, what if you're a developer, are you one of those developers who constantly deletes APIs and stuff, incompatibility stuff? I mean, in the meantime, it's so crazy. Now we have like 4 GTK versions. I mean, not only let's delete X, yes, X11 not super totally amazing, but instead of gradually reworking this backward compatibility, yes, there is X-Valent, but let's break everything, and 10 years later, not everything is even working in Wayland. Details and stuff like, until recently, snapshot video streaming, or should I even mention global hotkeys? It's like, yeah. Probably I should actually test if global hotkeys work now with OBS. Let's test this live on this channel, because anyway, and then we check this, like, leave me in the comments below. What is your take on that? Because the hotkeys did previously not. Here's also, do we have scene selection, filter by desktop audio, where are my scenes? Here, scenes. Switch to scene, does it? Oh, whoa, stop, that even works. Does it even, let's see if this doesn't work. Is this a scene show? Oh wait, switch to scene. Do we have, I have one more scene. Where's my, here, password, switch to scene. Okay, it actually, the question is, does it, so we have, let me see, we have that and that. So this is my Sun type 6 keys, right, in case you're wondering. I'm literally 4 years ago used for live streaming to have this extra cluster of Sun X11 keys for scene switching, and then they took it away from me. So does it work now? No, it doesn't. So it only works like, yeah, global hotkeys, like, yeah, global hotkeys, Wayland. Latest desktop shit, global hotkeys. I mean, yeah, maybe I need to enable some config option, maybe I need to enable some daemon, maybe I need to whatnot, install some experimental global hotkey protocols. It's like, dude, you had me for 20 years, global hotkeys worked in X11. Anyway, who needs scene selection anyway? Nobody has a Sun type 6 keyboard anyway. So glibc, glibc release, let's read the release, because I think I previously enabled this with, I think there was an enable obsolete crypto. Do they have release process? No, I don't want a freaking release process, I just want to read the freaking news. Do they have news already? Did they announce it already? So of course it's updated in T2 already. Where even, is this even GNU C library and no news leaves a little bit to be desired. Do they have announced, get involved, directly maintainers, info, archives, help alpha, info, archives, oh man, all I wanted was a release announcement. Here's one. So what have they done? libcrypt has been removed. The configure option no longer available. Will not be installed. Continues to declare the crypt functions by default to what? Introducing vulnerabilities into existing applications which are missing prototypes. The declaration is deprecated. The replacement for libcrypto is libxcrypt. Maintained separately from some random dude's GitHub. Yeah, let's not try. I mean, yeah, theoretically, you know what, I could. Oh, this also. Okay, so much to cool, also breaking PEM. 2024, the year of the Linux desktop, audio is still not stable, and latest glibc, of course, regressing stuff. I wonder if did we previously had, okay, maybe we need to package. Yeah, it is absolutely blowing, stupid. I don't understand why open source developers do that to each other. Just friends don't do that to each other. It's just waste. It's like if we maintain it anyway somehow. By the way, did we package that already? Apparently not. Yeah. I don't get it. To me it looks like a mechanism, like all those big name open source people in big companies. Is it their job guarantee? Breaking stuff, just changing stuff for the sake of changing stuff, to be occupied, to have something to do, to have a job? Leave in the comments below. It triggers me. I find it stupid. It is not fun anymore. It's ridiculous. But leave me in the comments below. Just copy here some template. I am just even if I would get paid, like I would like to do amazing things and not like just move code around for the sake to move code around. I really don't get it. Leave me in the comments below. Do you get this? And of course you can always whitewash it. You can always greenwash it. You can always advertise it as we are the most clean, we are the most modern. It's like, yeah, cool. Actually, I really clicked there. But for what price? For what? For that, there will never be the year of the Linux desktop or even extended crypto library. I don't want extended. I only want. I mean, fine. Now we have. It's. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to hear from you. I want comments under this video. I want to trigger people. And maybe too few people, you know, always people listen to Linus Torvalds of like, let's break APIs and clean stuff because we are the best. Maybe there are too few other noises, too few other voices who call out stuff that's not perfect. This is not perfect, it's just annoying. What is the freaking license even? LGPL. And who's the freaking author? Here's an author. Comes from whatever solar designer. The yes script, dev script, sun, whatever. Who is even the above comments were assembled in the library by Souza. Here's this Fedora. I mean, obviously, it's absolutely mind-blowing, right? The people working at Red Hat, now IBM, SUSE and stuff, they need to ship their package repositories like T2 anyway. So they remove it there because deprecated and old and stuff, just to add it back to some other Windows NT LAN manager. It's just, as I said so often, deprecation and removal, it's only more work. Instead of just letting it there, no, you spend orders of magnitudes, not one order of magnitude, multiple orders of magnitude, more time creating an external package and maintaining it there. And then potentially patching and whatnot other packages to even freaking work again. Security, let's hope it's such a drop. I fear already it will not be just a drop-in replacement. Meaning we might need to patch other packages to actually use it. It's pointless. Leave me in the comments below. I find it pointless. If time wasting, pointless, as it even cross compiles. Let's see if we had GCC right. Let's see if it just works. I have no idea. Oh wait, this is also a little bit. Oh, okay, cancelled prematurely. Was it here Itanium? I mean, obviously it's not Itanium or PowerPC specific, right? The code is not there, and then it doesn't work. Why did Itanium build more? Okay, this still doesn't work. Maybe because the library is named, we also didn't build this yet. The question is, and you have references to crypt. The question is, does it have configure test provisioning to test for an other libcrypt? Maybe we should also check. Also, updating, you want to release your award-winning AAA necessity for successful, gracious living Linux distribution, and last minute you update your glibc because security, 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 and latest and greatest fixes and features, and it's like we finally removed libcrypt entirely because we want. It's time and no, it does libcrypt actually, not libxcrypt. I mean, they have two, they have it additionally, so libcrypt and so yeah, it maybe so I guess we need to explicitly, so maybe every package that needs this then, I mean, also it's probably the most recent version. I wonder what GCC does though. That's also way too early. The irony is we did not need this for Musel. So the more modern, more minimal and stuff, Musel had that apparently, maybe. Okay, let's do that in the second step. We need first. I mean, I could test in my system, but did we not previously have the libcrypt? Yeah, we have a libcrypt SO, or was it a? Does it have symbols or? Oops. Shit. Yeah, it appears to. Was it? I always forget here. Those are undefined, so this is our text. So encrypt crypt. No, it does have crypt. So it's not an empty placeholder like libm. So why does it not just use it then? If it previously was necessary, why does it now not just work? Again, orders of magnitude more time, right? Every 2015 Linux distributions sit now there in their basement or attic or live on YouTube and go through why this shit doesn't, like what they need to package. I mean, obviously you want PEM, right? Obviously you want GCC, right? A question. Okay, it's still building. Why does it, so it checks for libcrypt and doesn't find it? Cool. I mean, and then use it anyway, like 2024 configure scripts from hell. Let's check for libcrypt, not find it, use it anyway. Professionals. Decades of prepared deprecation. And people always, let's deprecate and remove this code to make our lives easier. Our lives easier. 2,000 people in the world packaging, hunting, patching new stuff to work again. Making our lives easier. Thanks. Thanks for nothing. What does it check here? It wants package config, checking for it checks this with package config. Are you kidding me? Okay, it checks for libcrypt, just... I mean, yeah, I mean, of course you should kind of sort of do it like that. Let me guess, it doesn't ship. This new modern thing does not... No, it actually has a libcrypt here. Ah, okay, so GCC just... Okay, this is just whatever marginality. So actually our package config stuff should work. Why does it not work in this case? Userlib should probably be fine. I think Itanium we only ship with... Yeah, not lib64 because it's always lib64. Lib64 we only have for multi-lib systems with 32-bit and 64-bit. Okay, so the next problem is we can't kind of sort of... Yeah, we probably want to enable that by default, which it's like, yeah, thanks. One more package to build, can never have enough of those. So that would be, I mean, maybe even... because it is glibc. I think glibc we auto-enable based on the libc selection. That's not ideal. Maybe we add it here. The only other thing is for at least for other C libraries we don't need this. So for other C libraries, like, yeah, making our life so much easier, right? Go. Okay, this did before not built. This is somehow PowerPC, whatever. All right. There's always one more thing. We could release. We have audio sometimes working. Obviously, have Itanium working better than audio. We have all the latest and greatest stuff. Not everything just building, but then go for at least PowerPC does. For some PowerPC configurations doesn't build because there's always one more thing. So other stuff builds. The problem is if we just enable it by default, it will break with Musel and uclibc. So much to, hey, let's remove it from one C library when all the others ship it. Good stuff. Stuff Linux desktop dreams are made out of. glibc. Do we have some... Yeah, here default must get enabled. Maybe we hardcode here for now. Maybe we hardcode if that is glibc, then package enable libxcrypt, and then we could, while we are at it, we could also add here, because for Musel we had actually argp. It's not super nice to do that here, but for performance, our config is already getting a little bit slow. It's for performance. Also nice shadows, right? The sun, it's getting spring. Argp or so, because currently, oops, why is that? Currently I have in my internal build all thing, I thought, was it argp, so then we could get rid of this hack here. Is that not amazing? The future is now. So other stuff builds. So this builds are PEM failed, right? Did this already build PEM? PowerPC. No. And what was this here? This is even... Yeah, I need to watch then if this is still an issue, if it just randomly for manually quirked reasons, something out of Zync fails for IA64 now, or if it fails because this is why I have 3 builds, x86-64 PowerPC, 64 with 32-bit default userland, testing. The only substitute for testing is more testing. Hope you enjoyed this, learned something, leave in the comments below. I really want to know, do open source people or other, do even people, you know, it wouldn't even surprise me, it's not even an open source illness, although I know some people, obviously I know some people, I know some people in really other high quality software companies that I don't want to shamelessly self-promote here now without sponsorship deals, but of course I'm aware some of my friends are working in extremely amazing companies too, and they also have very high work methods and similar to what we do here, or at times maybe even higher, because we're just a tiny little hobby distribution and some of them run even more mission critical code. But otherwise, it would not surprise me if people in other companies, like just look at the Volkswagen infotainment disaster, right? Or Apple's peak bugs, and yeah, so or all the AAA games that are cancelled because in years' time, shall I say Duke Nukem 3D or whatever, the working title of Vaporware was. It would not surprise me if many other developers just randomly change stuff to have a job. And I mean, many managers or CEOs might not even notice, right? So any constant change and regressions. Just, it might not even be only an open source thing, just so open source people like Linus Torvalds famously, let's always, if there is some cleanup potential, always do it, rename arguments, order, you don't like the argument order, change it. There is some rarely used optional argument, delete it. Maybe more so than in commercial companies who would at least have some mission to have working stuff outside. Anyway, that's it for this video. Flame war below. I want to know. Actively deprecation, Itanium only makes sense to me if they're worried about being... This is not even Itanium, right? This is crypto. I understand it's old shit crypto, but hey, even PEM wants to... It's like, yes, supporting old password hashes for legacy systems or whatnot, or GCC sanitizer. Then if at least all the other AAA primary stuff like PEM, like freaking GCC itself, yes, it's lib sanitizer, but still the code is there, it doesn't build, like removing it in glibc but not in GCC, or at least having configure provisioning in place that doesn't build this code. But then you could argue, but we want to have it in our sanitizer, lib sanitizer for address-based sanitization stuff. But I mean, yes, and I would argue at least, I mean, if you want this code in lib sanitizer because sanitizing stuff, then at least have configure provisionings to not build it if that part is optional, part is deprecated, optional part is not there. But what do I know about software development? It's not like I went to university or something. T just saw the title, remembers Greg Kroh-Hartman breaking driver with binary blob out of principle, just to set an example, out of principle. Yeah, I mean, but even not only for NVIDIA, but even for me, right? Even for other people who maintain P3, was this just not focused? Anyway, even maintaining stuff out of 3, Itanium, P3, SG Octane, other good stuff. It is annoying for everyone, right? Or all the other 2000 out of 3 ARM boards that never were upstream, right? Like randomly changing APIs just in the name of cleanup just wastes orders of magnitudes multiplied with thousands of external projects and users and stuff, and not even commercial Tesla or stuff, like hobby stuff, you know, like people who have their ARM stuff to play retro stuff, like 10-year-old like Pine phone, and or even the latest and greatest Star 5 stuff, RISC-V stuff, right? That's not fully upstream, right? It's, you heard everyone. But for the case of NVIDIA, I would just made more symbols, GPL, and in general not allow that or whatnot. But anyway, that's another discussion. I hope you enjoyed this, learned something. We probably will do eventually something later on Twitch, building more. Right, because we have also P3 to test. So should I subscribe my Patreon, leave some super things or subscription to support all this crazy stuff. Keeping it working, because it's a full-time job, right? It's not only a full-time job, it's also a night and weekend and lifetime commitment to excuse me, to work after and sweep and clean and after all this constantly changing regressions and deprecations. And did I finish my sentence earlier? Earlier I wanted to say we have 4 GTK versions, right? Sure, we only mostly use 2, like GTK 3 and 4, I believe, or kind of 3, because so much other stuff is GTK 2. So it's not only glibc or Linux kernel. Even why can some GTK thing, or even Qt, right? We even there have Qt, not theoretically kind of ship still and need support for vintage programs. Qt3 even. Qt4 if you have some other stuff, then mainly Qt5, except some new stuff Qt6. So even if a modern system, you have Qt5 and Qt6 for some KDE or OBS stuff and whatnot. It's like, thanks, it's even there, right? Why can I understand changes and whatnot, but can this not be more, like, after decades of experience, more backward compatible, like one Qt with backward compatibility? I understand improvements, animation, scene graph, Vulkan rendering, but Apple, Microsoft also have decades-long UI APIs stability. But anyway, man, your face video often this lower resolution for. As a lower resolution is maybe the bit stream. What did I even? It's not that. I mean, I could hire it. Maybe we can see how that goes. I'm streaming a little bit lower than recommended bitrate for Vodafone. By the way, what keyframe interval do I have here? Default auto. Why is 0? Okay, 0S is 0 default auto. Okay, fine, whatever. Anyway, hope you enjoyed to learn something. Flame war below, or thumbs up and share, and I see you soon, probably on Twitch for P3 testing and shipping finally, hopefully. Also testing, more testing, fixing things, and then last minute glibc update due. Break this, break that, like due. Good that we tested all the stuff to have new regressions. See you next time. And have a wonderful day and peace and stuff. And God bless. 1PS questions here. Do you think browser vendors will deprecate X11 after some time? Well, X11 is already deprecated, right? Browser vendors or not. The open source free desktop, Linux Foundation, and all the KDE GNOME people. X11 is deprecated. Even we built already kind of sort of firewall. Even I run mostly Wayland Law except on vintage and retro machines. So X11 is deprecated. It's, yeah, eventually it kind of sort of will mostly go away, except for X Wayland compatible to run vintage and retro X11 apps.